everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. This is my weekend vlog, and today my only project is that we're resting. Yeah, we decided to rest today. So now we're going to make some protein bars, and we're also going to make some hamburgers for our dinner. We, meaning my husband, will be coming in here and he's going to be helping, or actually, well, we're both going to be helping each other. And we're going to make these protein bars for him and some for me. And then we're also going to make ourselves some burgers. We went into the grocery store and we picked out a few items out of a recipe that I just found. If I remember, I'll link that down for the protein bars with the, like the nutritional information that it had on there. Also, the burgers, well, that's just my husband and I. We're just going to make them on a whim and decide whatever seasonings we want. So we also bought some really good beef, some mushrooms, and some nice cheeses to put into our burger. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to also make some sweet potatoes or yams. And so I'm going to put them in the microwave. You guys, actually, I don't think I mentioned before that I got rid of my microwave because I didn't really use it, but then I realized that I could use it to warm up things, and this is one thing that we always did in the microwave, was a sweet potato. So I'm just going to poke some holes on it. I've already washed them. And they're going to go in the microwave now because they take a long time. Try to go nice and deep. Okay, oh my gosh, that's stuck. Okay, so I'm going to pan down the camera to start making these protein bars so that you can see what we're putting in them, because I know you'll be curious. And my husband will join me. Okay, these are going to go into the microwave. I'm going to try like maybe 10-12 minutes first. Check them out and then leave them in there a little bit longer. So I'll be back once I get the camera facing downward. All right, everyone, I've got my husband right here with me. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to start measuring out the ingredients. He's going to go ahead and start stirring them up because he's got a lot more muscle than I do. Let me put away these scissors here first. Okay, I've already gone ahead and I've opened up things and the seals and such. So let me open. You want to say hi?
Hello.
There you go. Okay, that's actually my boyfriend. And, you know, we don't want to show him on camera because my husband will find out.
Yeah, we're one and the same.
Yeah, same guy. Anyway, so we've got, the recipe asks for, I'm going to double it up, by the way. The recipe asks for a cup of rolled or quick oats. So we got some quick oats, actually, and it's a cup of that, but we're going to add 2 cups. Can I measure that out? We're going to add 2 cups. The reason why is because it asks for a cup of pumpkin, you know, like a canned 100% pumpkin puree. And this can is 16 ounces, and if I only take out 8 ounces, well, let me see, how much does that measure? Does measure out in a cup? Because sometimes, you know, the ounces here don't measure to the actual cups. Let me see how much that measures out, because maybe we can't even double it. Oops. Okay, well, that little bit on the counter doesn't count. Maybe we'll have to do 1.5. That's almost 2 cups.
Wow, you're 1.5.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to 1.5 it. Yeah. Let me just lift this up out of the way. Okay, so it asks for a cup of 100% pure pumpkin, so that's what we have here, but I actually want, it's almost 2 cups.
Close.
Yeah, it's close to 2 cups. We'll go ahead and leave all those oats there. Okay, so we can go ahead and add that in there. I don't know if I'm going to use that spoon. This is not actually the actual sequence of ingredients listed on here, but I had to cut to this to explain why I'm doubling it. But anyway, everything's just going to get dumped into the bowl. It's going to get mixed up. So to that, it asks for a cup of vanilla protein powder. So I've got this 100% whey protein, and I got vanilla flavored. And my husband will be using this to make like smoothies. So even though this is kind of an expensive purchase, he's going to use it, so it's not you know,
Going to waste.
it's not going to waste. Okay, so if you get this, make sure that you're also using it to make some smoothies or some other stuff. And the reason that we're making the protein powders ourselves is because we were out looking for some, and we were looking at the grams of fat and salt, and it was such a hard, you know, decision because we were looking at everything, reading every single box, and we got really confused with things. And we just thought, you know what, we should make our own. Should be, you know, something that's easy, but it's not inexpensive. But depending on how, you know, you kind of spread out your ingredients, in the end per bar, it's actually costs less to do this than buying the ones that are already made. Not only that, but you control the ingredients. Okay, so a cup of protein, which I'm doubling. And like I said, I'm going to link that at the bottom. You want to start mixing that in there? Okay. I'm going to link the recipe that I found here. This is from Eating Bird Food. That's the site that I got it from. And they have like 25 different recipes of protein bars, but we picked this one because we like pumpkin. Oh, you know what else I got? I got a little pumpkin spice candle. Smells pretty good. It's not real strong, but it's nice. Anyway, got that going. Okay, so then we need a teaspoon of baking powder. And double it up. Where's the side of it? There we go. Need a teaspoon right there. Baking powder, 1. My phone keeps closing up on me. Baking powder, okay, yeah, making sure. Okay, it's the same amount of baking soda as well. So I'm gonna do that next. Teaspoon. That looks pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks good.
It looks good.
You almost make it a cookie.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
Yeah. Okay, so now we also need half a teaspoon of salt. And because I've been cutting on salt on some of these recipes that I'm doing, I'm not going to double that up. I'm just going to put the half a teaspoon. Okay? Sounds good to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So half a teaspoon. That bread that I made, and I was cutting the salt because I thought I saw double. It was actually the right amount of salt. Anyways, it came out great. Okay, a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. And this is the one thing that always kind of keeps me from wanting to do any pumpkin pies, is because I have to buy this ingredient, and it's little pumpkin pie spice is expensive. It was like, you know, $4.50 or something like that for this little. How much is this? It's like a 1.12 ounces of pumpkin pie spice. And this is the only brand. There's no, like, my store brand doesn't make one. So usually when I make a pie or it asks for pumpkin, where I have to add this and all the other stuff, instead of buying the 100% pumpkin, I buy the one that says pumpkin pie filling, because it has 100% natural pumpkin in it. Okay, anyway. And I was tempted to do that in this case, but I said, no, let's do it the right way, because, okay, this asks for 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, you guys, and I'm on double egg, so I'm probably going to use the whole.
You sure you don't have much?
Well, that's what it asked for.
Okay.
It asked for, I'm reading it again, 1 tablespoon, yeah. Let me put this on the table here, with a counter, whatever. Okay, so there's 1 tablespoon right there. Oh, that smells good, all those spices.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It smells delicious.
Delicious. Okay, well, my goodness.
Well, add another one then.
Well, I'm doubling it up, so yeah. And then just a little touch. Oh, now the thing comes out. Oh my gosh, and look at me, I spilled it everywhere. I just wanted to have like this is what we call in Spanish, de pilon. Which means like,
and then?
oh, what the heck, I got a little extra, a little pinch extra. Look at that, I got it all over the counter. That's like 50 cents right there. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm being real stickler here with stuff. I don't know, some of you guys who have, that's just my microwave. That kind of threw us off. That's my microwave going off because of the sweet potatoes. some of y'all that are, you know, our age, our young age, and that have grown children that have left the house, and you're alone, the two of you, or maybe just one of you. Isn't it more expensive cooking? I feel like it's more expensive to buy ingredients to cook. And now we end up like, well, why don't we just pick up something? But then, you know, every time you pick up something, you really don't know what's in it. So, okay, so we've added the rolled oats, we've added the protein powder, baking soda, salt, the pumpkin spice. And I got ahead and we also added the canned pumpkin. So now we got to add some maple syrup. And that's the other ingredient that was a little expensive. Oh, Daddy, we got to add this, the protein powder. Here, I'll put it in there for you. Maybe that's more. Anyway.
There's no liquid, nothing, right?
Well, the maple syrup is the only pretty. Oh, the milk. The milk. We're going to add on the milk. So this is going to have a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. So I'm actually going to go 1/2 cup. Oh my gosh.
Man, it's just
This is like 8.5 ounces and it cost me like $6. Okay, so I'm telling you the prices. I don't know if you even care to know. Because, I mean, I know prices range depending on where you're from. Oh. Well, I always say it's not baking unless you spill stuff. Even though it's not flour, but, you know. But you spill the expensive stuff.
oh yeah, okay.
There, a little.
That'll make a difference.
Okay, that'll be a big difference. Okay, so that was a 1/4 cup of maple syrup that I doubled to 1/2 cup. I think you need some liquid in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me hurry up. This thing, my phone doesn't stay open very long. Okay, now we're gonna go jump to the vanilla almond milk. It says unsweetened. I didn't get unsweetened. My husband always just gets original almond milk, the regular. So we're just gonna use that. And it says 1/2 cup, so we're gonna double it to a cup. It's gonna help to get that a little soft. Okay.
Right on top. Awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And if you're vegan, of course, pick your items to be non-dairy. I'm not sure this is a non-dairy. Well, yeah, right? Almond milk is a non-dairy. Yeah, it says vegan on the carton. Okay. Oh, and then it also asks for 1 to 2 tablespoons of dairy-free chocolate chips. So that's for anyone who's vegan. Get yourself some dairy-free. We got ourselves just regular chocolate chips. We got these special dark chocolate chips. But the other thing that we're going to add to it, because we're just extra special and we want walnuts in ours, so I'm going to add some walnuts in there. And I'm just going to like chop them up a little bit more. So while we get this mixed up, oh, let me get my oven ready let me see. I think 350. Preheat the oven to 350. Okay, so I've got the oven going. It's gonna do that. So once the oven is heated up and I've chopped up these almonds, we'll come back, okay? All right, so we're back. This is all mixed. This is what it looks like. Really pretty. Look at that. Thick.
It tastes good.
And it tastes really, really good.
We already tried it.
Yeah, yeah, we got ourselves a little taste. And it smells really good. Anyway, and it's not even the candle that we have here. We got our noses in there and we smell it. Oh, anyway, so it says to spread this evenly on a 8x8 pan that we can use in the oven, of course. And so I've got some butter flavored spray here. I should have probably got, no, that's fine. We're gonna use that. So anyway, instead of getting an 8x8 pan, I got this, you know, kind of a cookie sheet, and it's about 1 inch deep in there. And I thought it would be good to spread it on here because we can spread it evenly with this, so that'll be kind of the thickness of our bar. So you do whatever you want. But I am also going to say that if you can put parchment paper on here and then spray the parchment paper, then put it on the parchment paper to bake it, because that way when it comes out you can kind of like pull it off and make sure that it doesn't stick on here. But these are non-stick. So I'm just going to pray. So the reason that I have 2 of them is because since I doubled my recipe, I don't know how far it's going to go. But I want to at least make this one all nice and level. And if we have a little bit left over, we'll just put whatever on this one. Okay, so This was not a part of the recipe, but we're adding this because we just want walnuts. We felt it would make it even healthier to put them in there. So we crushed them here, and we've got, I don't know, what do you think this is, about a cup, maybe?
Half.
Like half to 3/4 cup, whatever you want to put in there. We're gonna add some of these in there. And by the way, guys, mix the dry ingredients first, and then add all your wet ingredients. And as you saw, I put that pumpkin, the canned pumpkin in there. Save it for last with all your wet ingredients. That way you can make sure that all your dry ingredients
Why
go.
don't you just put it?
Because I want a little bit left over for sprinkling on top,
I gotcha.
so we make sure we see nuts. Anyway, so I got some left over. I don't need that much. Well, maybe, yeah. I'll leave that. Okay, I'll leave a little bit here, and then the 1 to 2 tablespoons of the chips, chocolate chips. Maybe you want to use, instead of chocolate, maybe you want to use white chocolate if you don't like chocolate, or you can leave them out. And you could also put like, what did we see? Oh, they had caramel, butterscotch, peanut butter. I mean, really any other little flavor in there. Okay, so now let me spray this like really, really well. Get the phone out of the way. Just gonna spray it really good. Okay, so we'll see. We have to use this one in a minute. I don't want to spray it coming out. Okay, so let me give you the nutritional facts, even though they're going to be on the link. Yeah. I think oh, here it is. So, this is supposed to make about 16 bars, the recipe. And of course I doubled it, but we'll see how that comes out when we decide to slice it up. So each serving is obviously one bar, 56 calories per bar, 4 grams of sugar, 1 gram. I think maybe I sprayed too much of that stuff on there. Look at this foaming. Okay, but that'll make sure it doesn't stick. 1 gram of fat. Let me start over. 56 calories per bar if you cut it into 60 pieces according to the recipe. 4 grams of sugar, 1 gram of fat. It's got 7 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, and 5 grams of protein. So that's your little nutritional facts there.
That's almost the whole thing.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, maybe we don't need the other pan.
Maybe not.
So guys, if you spread it out to, like what is this? Maybe like this is kind of big.
It's really.
I was gonna say 11 inches, but this seems to me like it's more like a 12-inch tray by maybe 8 or 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
But something that has some depth. Okay, so we're gonna bake this at 350 for 20 minutes, and we just want to make sure that the toothpick, when we put a toothpick in there, that comes out clean, just like if you were making a cake. That looks so good.
Trying to get it all.
With all that little foam on the sides. Oh well, we learn, right? We learn.
Mm-hmm.
I may have sprayed too much. I just didn't want it to stick.
We learned that it's going to taste good.
It's gonna be good. That's all we know. I don't know. Now that I've added this. This is 0 trans fats, 0 saturated fats. We're not adding any calories, no cholesterol, no sodium, no carbohydrates, really no protein. So it's not really making any difference to what we're doing here. Oh, that's a good idea. See, my husband's like me. We like to get every little bit. Do you ever see like cooking shows and they're pouring out stuff and then there's a whole bunch of stuff still left in there and they put it to the side and you're like, aren't you going to use that too? Let me get all that now that I'm here because it's getting to me.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I need this little tiny little half a teaspoon. Or no, actually, it's almost like a teaspoon. Okay, it's up here. There you go. We took advantage of the little break also to clean up. So we're gonna make some burgers next. So we gotta set up for that. All right. You think that's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna sprinkle the walnuts on top. So we're probably going to have a little difference in the nutritional value on each one of these because they might come out a little bit, well, they are going to come out thicker than, because we didn't evenly spread it out. Okay, like into 2 batches. I didn't like divide it into 2. Maybe just as one big batch. I don't know. I feel like this is more than 12 inches.
It is.
Right? Like 14 inches.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now I'm just sprinkling some chips on top. And then I'm just going to like press them in. I kind of want to make sure that there's chips in every bar. If you want to take your time and sprinkle the chips on there and spread them out.
That looks nice.
Yeah, just pushing them in so they get, you know. And yeah, you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you just mix them into there? Well, if you want to mix them in there, go right ahead. I just want to see them on the bar, you know, so they look pretty. And that's basically what the recipe tells you to do, is to sprinkle them on top and then push them in a little bit. I think it tells you to push them in. I'm not sure now. I'm wondering.
Push them in.
That's just my mind thinking that.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, that looks good. Let's put it in the oven, honey. We'll be back because we're gonna make some burgers, and this is gonna be in the oven for. Oh, and then I put my sweet potatoes for another 12 minutes. There we go. Thank you, honey. Oh yeah, let me help you. There you go. All right. Right. So while our protein bars are cooking, I've got some ingredients here. We bought some beef, but we decided to buy this Wagyu beef, this ground Wagyu beef. This is a Japanese ground beef, and it says it's humanly raised, no hormones added, and an extraordinary flavor. So we're gonna find out. It says the cattle are raised slowly, spending their days outside with easy access to clean air, fresh water, and vegetarian feed. I almost want to be one of those cows, you know, because anyway, so we're gonna use this, and we've got here 16 ounces, which is a whole pound. And I thought that was more than enough for my husband and I. So my husband's gonna open this up, and he's gonna add the seasonings that he likes. So we got some onion powder here, garlic powder. He picked out this McCormick Brazilian Steakhouse seasoning. You picked it out. You pulled it out. And then some Grill Mates Garden, what is it? Garden vegetable. So he's gonna use that. So we're not adding any salt or pepper or anything else. We're just gonna add that just to give it the flavors that we want to have in there. And here I've already got some sliced baby bellas or portobello, some mushroom. That's what this is. I'm going to put some of that in there. I'm going to slice up some onion, some tomato, and I've got some garlic here because I also want to chop up some jalapeno garlic, and I'm going to mix it up with some mayo and some lime and make like a little dressing to put on my buns. Speaking of buns, we got these onion rolls here. That's what they look like. They have like little black poppy seeds on them. And we've got ourselves some romaine lettuce, some crumbled feta. My husband wants crumbled feta in his. I've got some sliced Gouda cheese. We got some mustard. I don't know why I have the Cholula here, but you know, extra heat, I guess. All right, so let me start making. My husband's gonna go ahead and season this, and I'm gonna start making my little, well, my mayo. Yeah. So let's get that going. And it's always fun trying to open these little safety things. Okay. You don't want any of this, do you?
The mayonnaise?
Yeah.
No, I got the mustard.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little bit for myself, actually. There, that's enough. That's more than enough. So just make whatever you want. That's about, it's a little over a tablespoon, like maybe a tablespoon and a half. So I don't need 2 jalapenos, but anyway. I'm gonna chop up some cloves, and I got myself these already peeled garlic cloves. Oh my goodness. I've been using them. I'm gonna put a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so just use whatever amount you want to put in there. I actually have like a little chopper, but oh. I'm just gonna do it this way. just seasoning it however you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not really a recipe. This is just us making food so you can watch us make food. Chopping this up real good like that. Do we time it, the oven? No. How much time do you think it's gone by? Like 3 minutes?
5.
Let me see. Let me look at the it's been 4. Yeah, I'll say 5. So I'm going to do 15 minutes. There. Okay. I always forget that, and then I'm like, where did we put it in? Or I put it in. Look at all this yummy, fresh chopped. Do you want to use some of this in the burger? Or do you want to use the powder?
I use the powder.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to throw some in there, but you know what? I'm going to sneak it in there. Like that. I know you like garlic, so. We love garlic. I don't want to waste it. Look, I'm getting it everywhere. Okay. Now, I already washed all my stuff, by the way. That's my microwave. I ended up putting the sweet potatoes another 10 minutes. So altogether, it's about 34 minutes. Because I think I did 12 minutes, and then 10. And I'm pretty sure they're done. It's like 30 minutes, but it was 2 of them. And my microwave is like really small. It doesn't have that much like power to it, so. I'm just chopping up these little jalapenos real nice and small too. I'm gonna throw that in there. I don't know, maybe I'll put a little extra mayonnaise and I'll have some left over for a sandwich tomorrow. That's good enough. And then some lime. Oh my gosh, I think I need to sharpen the... You want some lime in there too? Okay. We can cut another one.
Another lime?
I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix that up. Ooh. Guys, that already looks really good. Look at that. I think I'm going to sprinkle some pepper.
Oh, we got pepper.
Chew beef?
Yeah.
You can add some in there. None of those seasonings don't have pepper in them?
Maybe, but you know.
Let me check this, guys. Garlic, salt. See, we don't need to add salt because it's got lots of it in there. It's got some black pepper in this one, but put some more. Just for pretty presentation. Okay, look. That's what that looks like. This is the consistency of my mayonnaise because I added the lime juice.
Can you add me some more pepper?
What do you need?
Pepper.
More?
Just a little bit. Just gonna really flip it over.
Try me like this now.
Stop.
All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna chop up some more jalapeno to throw in the pan. In case my husband wants some for his burger. Just a little bit like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then put it over there. Slice up some big old tomato. I think I need to sharpen this knife. Let me get another one. Oh, no, hold on. All right. Some nice big slices. I think just a couple like that for our burgers. We don't need that many. We'll save this one for some other recipe. So I spent a little bit extra, but you know what? I'm having some left over for some other recipes. Okay, now I'll chop up my onions. I'm going to chop up a little piece off of here. And I like red onion. My husband loves red onion. So that's why we're using that.
Smell that.
Yeah, I like the smell of fresh onion, but I really love the smell of onions cooking. And usually I like to use red onion. I like to use it fresh, like in salads and things like that, burgers. But when I cook, I like to use a good, like a yellow onion or a white onion or like a Texas sweet onion, because when you grill the Texas sweet onion, it's got a little bit extra sweetness, it's got a little bit of sugar, so it kind of caramelizes a little bit. And look at that, just some nice slices. I was getting carried away cutting a lot. Okay, so our lettuce is already pre-prepared here. Our mushrooms are sliced up. I'm gonna put away all this here. We're gonna do a little cleanup. We're gonna get back and we're gonna cook our burgers. Okay, everyone, we've taken this out, 20 minutes. We put a toothpick in there and the toothpick is clean. So we're gonna let this cool off before we start cutting into it. Look at that. They look like looks like a little cake. It rose up a little bit. That was just an excuse for me to get some of that chocolate on my finger. Okay, so my husband's gonna start making these burger patties. Let's move it a little bit so you have some space, because it's not on yet. Okay, so my sweet potatoes are out. They're right here. I'm actually gonna wrap them up in some foil, but I'm gonna warm them up before we actually serve it, and then wrap it up in some foil again, just to make sure that they're hot for us. And let's see, we start making some patties out of that. We have a pound of so we think we can get maybe a good 2 good sized patties, maybe a little bit of, you know, a little 1 extra patty. So they're probably going to be a little more than a 1/4 pound. Or you're going to do two half pound?
Okay, you can have half, a quarter, and I'll have the half.
Well, no, if you're going to have half, I want to have half too. Okay, we're going to do 2 patties, you guys. We're going to see what we can do. Okay.
It will shrink also.
It'll shrink a little bit. Anyway, I don't know if that counts that way, but we're just going to go ahead and do that. That's the way he wants to do it. We're going to let him do whatever he wants. Okay, so for my sweet potato, I like to put butter, cinnamon. I like to put brown sugar. My husband pretty much the same, except he doesn't like the brown sugar. He prefers honey, so I got some honey here for him. But I melted the butter a little bit in a little bowl here, because I'm going to go ahead and put some cinnamon in there and make that a cinnamon butter rather than like straight up sprinkling the cinnamon on the potato, because sometimes, you know, it gets into, you know, the strong taste of cinnamon. It can be a little bit too much. So we want to make sure that it gets dispersed in our potatoes. So I'm just going to mix this up. And that was like just a little bit, like a tablespoon, maybe a little tiny bit more. It was about a tablespoon. And I feel like that's enough for the 2 of them. If not, I can grab some more. I got some more butter here. I'll leave it out so it'll get soft in case we decide that we want a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna cook I'm gonna put these items out of the way. And look, I have got a platter here with everything that we can put in our burgers. And I went ahead and I pulled out some pickles, and I forgot that I had also grabbed an avocado. Do you think we need avocado? No?
No.
We're probably gonna skip the avocado because that's a big piece of meat, and we have a lot of stuff in our burger. Okay, so we'll skip the avocado. But we got our tomato, our onion, we got some mushrooms that we're also going to throw in the pan once the burgers are already cooked, and we have some jalapenos that we can also cook a little bit, just so my husband's going to have a little bit of heat, because mine's going to have this mayonnaise. So we got that all ready. Push it to the side. I can't wait. I can't wait to get into this. Okay. So I'm just going to let these guys rest a little bit. Get the rest of this stuff out of the way. We need to turn this on before.
I did.
But yeah, but the pan's not even hot.
Cut.
Sorry. Cut, and we'll be back once our pan is hot.
Welcome to my channel. I've commandeered.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put it into the patties into a nice hot pan. Ah, nice sizzle. That one doesn't. Come on, honey. There you go. I'm going to get these out of the way. And they're pretty thick, so what? 4 or 5 minutes on each side? Sure? Okay. 4 or 5 minutes on each side, and then we're going to turn them around. I went ahead and I put my sweet potatoes in the hot oven because I had turned it off, but it's still hot where I had these bars in there. It's starting to feel a little cool. I'm gonna bring it over so I can check it out a little bit. The pan's still really hot, so it's not really cool. Oh, keep getting chocolate on myself. Anyway, my oven was still had a lot of heat in it. I took my sweet potatoes and I just put them in there so they'll stay hot. I don't have to put them in my microwave because I didn't even have any foil to wrap them up after. I don't have parchment paper and I don't have foil. I'm very unprepared. Anyway, so they're in there, and I went ahead and I cut up 2 of these onion rolls in half. Stuck them in there too so they get kind of toasty in there. Does this smell good? Oh my gosh. Those are good. Yeah, this is really hot. I'm going to go ahead and put this on maybe on another, like a rack or something to help it cool off. No, not on the stove. Or maybe by a sink. Okay, so our burgers will cook 4 to 5 minutes. We'll turn them over and then we'll come back and fix them up. I'm hungry.
Oh, good mixture.
Yeah, okay, we'll be back so that we can also slice up those protein bars. All right, our burgers are done. They didn't really take all that long of a time because it is beef. I was thinking chicken, 4 to 5 minutes. But these are beef. This was a smaller one, so I'm gonna put my cheese on top of that one. And my husband's got his patty there. So now we're gonna make our burgers. We got our little fillings here. I've already got my sweet potato. I'm just gonna kind of smush it and break it open. Break it open like that. And to this, we can add our cinnamon butter that I've added more to it and melted some more. So I'm just gonna drizzle that in there. Look at that.
This.
Add your honey. Yum.
That's good.
That's good. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna put some brown sugar on mine because I like that in there. A little bit of brown sugar sprinkled on there. It's almost like a dessert, so we're having a dessert here.
First.
Yeah, well, I am. I don't really like to have dessert way after, but well. Oh, let me clean our little mess here. So, honey, what are you going to put on your burger?
Mustard.
Mustard. I'm going to put this yummy jalapeno mayo that I made with some lime in there and garlic. So I'm going to spread that out on there.
We didn't even cook the onions.
We did not cook the mushrooms.
Well, that's what I meant to say.
Do you want to cook them? Just put them in there. Nice fresh mushrooms. What the heck, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're hungry, everyone. That's really what it is here. We're just very hungry and we want to eat. You didn't want to try this?
Nope.
Gosh, okay.
No, thank you.
And I'm going to get my burger patty because I like to put it facing downward. This is the way I like to put it. I like my cheese facing downward. I don't know, it's just a thing. There we go. And then I'm just going to get some of that oil grease off of it a little bit there. Oh, it smells so good. It's making me sing. I don't even want pickles. Yes.
I'll do it.
Okay. And let me get some of this romaine lettuce. Yum, yum, yum. Nice lettuce. It's in this little kind of cardboard or plastic container, but I'm still gonna rinse some pieces. These are like hearts of romaine. Okay, rinsed. Right. There we go. Get some of that in there, make it look really pretty. And let's get these mushrooms right next to the burger here. That's good. And some onions. Right here. You put onions and tomato, mushrooms, more onions, big old slice of tomato right there. And because I like to be a little extra, some Cholula. Dot, dot, dot. And there's even some lime there if you want to sprinkle it on your lettuce. That's good. I don't know what happened to my fork. You know, you have 2 forks, so I'm going to steal one from you.
Okay, you guys enjoy your food. We're going to enjoy ours.
Yeah, here's my burger, you guys. We're probably going to eat these before we get to the protein bar, so we'll be back and show you what they look like. But look, these are our burgers. Let me put this bun over it so you can see the enormousness. Enormosity. I just made up a new word.
Yeah. Don't spell check.
Yeah, don't spell check that. Look. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And our sweet potato there. Oh, you know what we have in the freezer? We don't want to forget. We have frozen margarita and frozen.
Oh, this is frozen.
Oh, it's nice and frozen. Look at this. Pina colada, and we got the margarita one. I'm gonna have the pina, my husband's gonna have the margarita. We're gonna break this up and put it into a glass so we can enjoy that as well. So there we go, you guys. Here's my husband's yummy burger with some feta cheese on top. That looks so good. So there we go. We'll be back so we can try out those protein bars, right? That'll kind of be our dessert. Hello everyone, before I cut into this, which is now getting nice and cool, but it's still a little warm. I'm a little nervous about cutting it. I really wish I had some parchment paper so I could pull it out. I feel like some of it's gonna stick. I tried lifting a little side over here and it kind of broke off a little bit, but I really think it's because it was still hot at the time. So we've been letting it cool. And we've also been eating our burgers. My husband took a first bite and he was like, this beef is delicious. Well, you know, I put the mayonnaise on mine. And you saw that he put mustard on his. And I've already eaten half of my burger, and I haven't even touched my sweet potato because that's how good this beef was. It is so delicious. And we cooked it pretty good. We didn't, I mean, it cooked a little bit, maybe a little too much, but for some people's taste, some people like it to be pink on the inside, but it's not overcooked. It is so delicious, everything's just falling out of it. Even the mushrooms, without even having been cooked, are delicious just the way they are. But anyway, like I said, my lettuce just wants to fall out. I'm going to let it happen. I'm eating half of it. And I just wanted to tell you guys how delicious this is. I'm just really surprised how juicy it also is. Of course, my husband did season it, and he had his little magic touch with his hands in there, so maybe that's what made it a little extra delicious. Oh my gosh. Let's try that sweet potato. Let's give that some love. Perfect the way that I like it. I actually like to take my fork and reach in there and just break it all up. And get that butter and cinnamon and the brown sugar that I put in there into every bite. But, and a pina colada. Oh my God, it's a perfect topper for this burger. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and try cutting these out. All right, everyone, it is time to cut out these protein bars. Look at this, it's a nice big cake right now. So let's go ahead and start. I think I'm going to do like an inch. I think that's what we decided, about an inch. So I'm going to cut in. Chocolate chips are still kind of gooey on there. And then I'm going to cut that in half. And I'm going to go under to make sure I get it. And there we go. That's what it's going to look like. I'm going to cut out as many as I can. And then let them cool off a little bit more if they need to. Let them dry out a little bit, I guess. Oh my gosh. But then I'm also going to be refrigerating them. Honey, do you want to try?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but I am. He's not ready, but I need to finish up this video. So I'm going to go ahead and try this, but let me hold one up here for you so you can look at the inside here. There we go. That is what it looks like. Really, really nice. Let me cut into this one. This one's just begging. Let's cut right. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I can tell you right now that a piece like this is going to be very filling. Of course, I just finished eating a burger and a sweet potato, so what can I say, but this is going to be very filling. It's not an overwhelming pumpkin flavor. It is just enough. The chocolate does not take away from it. The walnut is, I'm so glad that we added those in there. It's so nice. It gives it a nice heartier flavor, but the bread is very dense. It's very nice. So these are really nice. These could be great for breakfast with some coffee. So there you go, everyone. This has been my weekend vlog. We've made some protein bars and we made some burgers. That was our day, our Saturday. It is into the evening now. I'm going to continue cutting these out and then take a little rest, guys, because that's it for me. I mean, I've been resting all day, but you know, we're coming up with something. I don't know what it is. We both got sore throats, sneezing, all that good stuff. I don't know if it's a fall allergy thing or what, or if we're getting the flu. I don't know. But there we go. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. Another big old thumbs up for my husband. Honey, put your big old thumbs up in there. There you go. I hope that you will give us super big thumbs up. Leave a nice comment down below. Let us know what you think of our day. This was it, guys. We were very productive with making all these protein bars. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and hit that notification bell. I have videos every Tuesday and every Friday, and sometimes I have a weekend vlog like this, for example. And also make sure you share your social medias. And as always, enjoy.